system that came out of 80 metres up to 60 metres of seabed. Was more than 200 metres in length and was incredibly complex. So it was very, very different from any of the other reef systems we'd mapped in that area at the time. To get our first look at the biology of the reef system, we went back there with an autonomous underwater vehicle, Sirius. The problem with those kind of images, though, is that they're quite low resolution, and so we very much wanted better resolution imagery to see what was there.
From the maps, it looked relatively high profile in structure. It was somewhere that, as far as we know, no one had dived before, and it was just a big unknown.
We knew roughly what depth to expect, which means we could mix our gases appropriately. We knew roughly where to drop a shot line and where to start the dive, and how to navigate underwater, so it did help a lot to have those accurate maps.
Swimming down onto the reef, it sloped off steeply off to one side, and we basically followed the wall down and into a chasm. The whole area was covered in a wide diversity of marine life, sponges and other colourful organisms. Fish were just plentiful, just schooling around us as we swim along.
Swimming along that slope on Joe's Reef, and there was one black coral, there was another one, and there was heaps more, and there was a lot of exciting stuff I've never seen in between.
When I looked at the video, I was absolutely blown away. It was absolutely fantastic. The reef system is absolutely the jewel in the crown of that marine protected area. It's a very complex reef system that sticks up into a high current area. It's covered in clouds and clouds of fish, particularly butterfly perch, but a whole range of other species in it. And when we sort of sat through and went through the video, you could sort of really build up a quick inventory of the kind of species that were there. The reef's completely covered in sponges, very prolific sponge and other invertebrate growth, which just means it's a really, really productive system. But the other thing was, as we suspected, the reef was covered in quite a few black corals. And again, with the divers being able to swim up to them, we could get a real indication of the size of the corals and the condition that they were in. And a lot of them were actually quite large, so probably quite old. Although, again, we don't really have a handle on that age yet, but it's something certainly we need to look at into the future.
It was a dive I've been keen to do for some time, and to actually get down there, swim around, see what we saw, made for me one of the best dives that I've ever done.
Definitely the best one I've done, I think. No point going overseas.
So we've really got no idea of what kind of habitats we have out there. So there are some areas, for example, we started a map in the Huon Commonwealth Marine Reserve off southern Bruny in the sort of depths that might interest these deep sea divers. The kinds of research that the Marine Biodiversity Hub's able to do and the citizen science can bring to bear is going to be a real opportunity into the future.